I want to talk about 2 really powerful ways to crush OCD. Stay tuned, that's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist and make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about 2 incredibly powerful ways to live your life doing this every day to crush OCD and also keep it at bay. It kind of rhymed, didn't it? My name is Natasha Daniels, and if you don't subscribe to my channel, click subscribe, click the bell so you get notified. I make new videos for people who are struggling with anxiety or OCD every Thursday, and you don't want to miss them. Today I want to talk to you about the number 1 way to work on your OCD. And this might be old information, but a lot of times people are only doing one of these and they're forgetting about the other. So I want to talk to you about addressing your OCD as offense and defense. Stick with me, right? So a lot of times we think that the way to crush our OCD is defense, right? OCD comes knocking and says, hello, I think that you shouldn't touch that. Or hello, I think you should avoid that, right? Whatever the compulsion is for you, it's going to be different for each person. So when OCD comes knocking, we do this, right? And so sometimes we think the way to crush our OCD is to, instead of doing this, to say, you're bothering me? Let me think about this. I might not do what you're wanting me to do. In fact, I might do the opposite. That's defense, right? And that's a really important part of crushing your OCD. And I'm going to go into what should be in your defense toolkit every day. But the other part is offense, right? This is when you're sitting there and OCD's taking a nap, snoozing, enjoying its relaxation. It'll bother you later. And you want to go knocking on OCD's door and say, hey, I just set up this beautiful thing to really upset you. Come on, come and join me. That's called an exposure. And that's ERP, an exposure with response prevention, which means you're going to bother OCD and then you're not going to do the compulsion. You're not going to do the thing that OCD is going to want you to do to get that brief relief. All right, let me break this down even further. Let's talk about defense first. So when we're talking about defense, OCD is knocking on your door. It probably does that many times per day if you are in the thick of things. There are 4 ways you want to think about approaching OCD. And this is how I teach people in my practice. So the first step is recognizing it's OCD, right? Sometimes we're in such denial, and I did a YouTube video on this pretty recently, where we just don't even want to admit that it's OCD. That winds up hurting ourselves. So we want to recognize, this is a total OCD thing. My OCD is wanting me to do this or avoid this. And I'm saying both because sometimes avoidance is a compulsion. Maybe it's wanting you to think something, a mental compulsion. It's wanting you to do what it wants you to do. So the first step is recognizing it's OCD. The second step is, can I just delay the thing that OCD wants me to do? Can I delay it? Can I delay it for, maybe it's too scary, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Maybe it's not that hard. Maybe I'll delay it for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Maybe I'll delay it for 2 hours. It will be different for each one of you. But the second powerful step is delay. And you can think of this as powerful tools that get stronger and stronger. And maybe I can just ignore it. That's what I call level 3. So in my online OCD class, I call this the OCD game, and I break them out in levels. So level 1 is powerful. It's like a, right? And that's recognizing it's OCD. Level 2 is, and that's delaying it. I'm not going to do what you want. I'm going to make you wait. That's powerful. Even if you eventually do what OCD wants, you made OCD wait, and that's powerful. Level 3 is, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Now, sometimes you might start off with delaying it, and then you think, you know what? I don't think I have to do it. Forget it. I'm not going to go back. And you do a level 3, ignore. I'm ignoring you, not going to do it. You want me to do this, or you want me to avoid this? Sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go and touch that, or I'm going to not do that compulsion you want. So if level 1 is and level 2 is level 3 is right? It's powerful. Now, there's something even more powerful, and that's level 4. So level 4 is, you know what? I know it's you. I know it's OCD. I didn't have to delay it because I wasn't going to do it. And it was easy for me to ignore it. But now, because you're bothering me so much, I'm going to do the opposite. You say, don't touch that. I'm going to go touch that. And not only am I going to touch that, maybe I'm going to rub it on my face, whatever. Or you're telling me not to think that. Now I'm going to say, oh, you are blah, blah, blah. That's upsetting. Yeah, it is, right? I'm going to do the opposite of what OCD wants. So those are the 4 levels when you're playing the OCD game. And the OCD game is something that we have to play every day as part of our lifestyle when we have OCD. And you are going to sometimes just show up with a level 1. Oh, I know this is my OCD. Sometimes you're going to knock it out of the park with a level 4. And sometimes you'll do a level 2. It doesn't matter. You just want to be aware and show up to the game. Show up to the game. Don't sit on the sidelines and let OCD, rule the roost and dictate the game. Show up and play. So that's offense, right? So that's defense. Defense is when you are reacting to OCD and you're deciding to what level are you going to be able to push back, right? And when we say push back, we don't mean argue back, because we don't argue with OCD, but we mean how much are we going to sit in that discomfort that OCD doesn't want us to sit in. So that is defense. So you have to be doing that every day to keep your muscles strong, even when OCD is really tiny and not bothering you. The other half of this very important approach is offense. So offense is going and bothering OCD when OCD is quiet. Rock that boat. Nobody wants to do that. That's scary. That's called ERP. I've done videos on that. And ERP is highly effective. Some people think that this part, what I just described, is doing ERP. Well, when OCD comes knocking, I try to do the opposite. That's really good and it is important, but we also want to set up exposures. We want to set up situations that we create on purpose to trigger OCD when OCD is like sleeping on the job. People get scared to do that, but if OCD is sleeping, it doesn't mean that it is away, that it's gone. It means it's taking a break. And so to really get in there and pull out that root and really tackle your OCD, you're going to want to be doing exposures. So exposures are setting up things that will upset your OCD. So maybe if I don't like touching certain things, I'm going to put them out there. I'm going to touch them, and then maybe I'm going to put some candy in my hands and I'm going to contaminate it and I'm going to eat it. I'm just giving you an example. You, do whatever is in your comfort zone. You can build up your discomfort over time. But you're going to set up situations that trigger your OCD on purpose. It's like going to the OCD gym. So doing the OCD game is like having a really healthy lifestyle, but you still want to go to the gym once in a while and lift weights and build up your muscle. So doing ERP is building up your muscles by going to the gym and lifting weights. That's really important. We want to be doing both because both together are like a superpower. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Be kind to yourself. If you're not doing these things, have some self-compassion. Every day is a new day, and you wake up and it's a fresh new start, and say, you know what, today I'm going to play a little bit of the OCD game, and I'm going to actually create an exposure as well, right? Well, I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I will talk to you again next Thursday. Take care.